Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Ammar Hakim bin Muhammad, and today I'm going to be continuing my assessment with the informative speech. So my topic for my informative speech for today is about Toxoplasmosis gondii. Toxoplasmosis gondii is a disease. Okay, take a look at the slide first. Alright. Toxoplasmosis gondii is actually originated from a single cell parasite which is named as the Toxoplasma gondii. Actually, this parasite Toxoplasma gondii is a zoonotic parasite. But wait, what is zoonotic parasite? Zoonotic parasite is a parasite which only cycles between human and also animal and to human, human to animal. So actually, it's not going to be affecting plants or anything if it's not humans or animal. So actually, this single cell parasite was found by two scientists. I don't remember their name, during the year 1908 in an animal called as Gondii. It changed from O to U to O, Gondii, and it was found that this parasite is going to be affecting human. It's going to be giving negative effects on human. It's confirmed that by the year 1939. So there is a brief history about this, found about this research about this parasite. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, it is about the transmission of this parasite from one to another. So at the first stage, actually we need to know that this parasite, this disease, Toxoplasmosis gondii, is famous because you love, as an example, you love cats. But please make sure that the cat itself is going to be the one who kill you. Make sure that your cat is not going to be the one who kill you. You need to remember that there are three ways of transmission of this parasite from one to another. So the first one is the fecal oral. What is fecal oral? As an example, you are cleaning a litter box of a cat, and you touch the litter box of a cat which is already contaminated with this parasite, which makes your hand also contaminated with this parasite. So when you wash your hand, but it's not really perfectly washed, and you consume food, it means like you are putting the parasite into your mouth. Fecal oral. So the next one is it is about eating uncooked meat. If you eat something uncooked meat, which is like meat that half cooked and is still red, and you eat it, and the meat contains this parasite, the parasite is going to be invaded into your body by the meat. So the last one is a transplacental. What is transplacental? When the mom of a child with this still in the womb of a mother, and the blood flow with the presence of the parasite itself, and the baby is going to be receiving the parasites from the mother, and the antibody inside the baby is not going to be active to protect the baby itself from this parasite. Please make sure that the mother is not already infected by this kind of disease. If you love your children, please make sure that. Okay, move to the next slide. It is about the stages of formation of Toxoplasmosis gondii. There are three stages of Toxoplasmosis gondii formation. It is about the tachyzoid, rhodozoid, and sporozoid. So at the first stage, the single cell parasite, which is the Toxoplasma gondii, will multiply itself in the very large number in a very short time. So when this occurs in the small intestine of a human, the rapid reproduction of this single cell parasite will cause the cell around it to be infected by it, and it's going to be damaging the cell itself, and it's going to be causing the death of the cell itself. So after a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, is the single cell parasite is going to be protected by a protective membrane. So at this stage, when the cell itself can be moved to any parts of the body. When the cell is moved to, as an example, when the cell contained in the membrane move to the part of the brain, as an example, if the cell move to the brain, and the body reacts with the foreign particle, which is the Toxoplasma Gondii membrane, and when the body reacts with it, is going to be giving negative reaction. What is negative reaction? Which is when the body reacts with something and it gives the body more harm. As an example, if this is the membrane and this is the antibody, when the antibody reacts with the membrane, is going to be the area of the membrane is going to be swollen. When the area of the membrane is swollen, it is going to be if it is in the brain, it is going to be giving another part of the brain not to be working well. So when a part of the brain is not going to be working well, so it's going to be giving out the damage of the brain. When the brain is damaged, going to be causing schizophrenia and also causing someone to be insane. It's just simple as that. So when someone is already infected by this kind of disease, the Toxoplasma gondii may be transmitted to one another from a human to another human by the sporozoite. What is sporozoite? Sporozoite is a state where the parasite is already ready to be transmitted to another. It can be transmitted through the excretion process and also through the feces of human. Right? You got me? Yes. Please take care of your hygiene just to make sure that yourself is not affected by this kind of deadly disease. Okay, move to the next slide. Okay, the symptoms. I'm just not going to talk about the major symptoms of this disease. So if you had nausea, if you had headache, but if you love cats and you clean the litter box every day and you have headache, nausea, something like that, and you have double vision, some blurry visions, please go to the hospital and do medical checkup. Why? Because actually there's no symptoms of these, there's no specific symptoms of this disease actually. Because when it affects something, it's going to be causing the damage of an organism. So it's slowly giving death to you. It's just like a death tracker, something like that. Okay, move to the how this can be cured. Okay, as always, prevention is better than curing. Just take care of your hygiene, just take care of your hygiene level of your pets, especially cats, because it is famous among cats. Just take care of yourself and please make sure that you eat the well cooked meat and not to eat pigs, dogs or something like that, because these kind of creatures mostly are affected by these kind of deadly parasites. So actually, if you are unlucky, you are already infected by this kind of disease, you will be given only two types of antibiotics, but I couldn't remember those names. But just make sure that if I mentioned that only two types of antibiotics can be used, because it just simply means that this disease is not easily cured. Just because there's only two types antibiotics can be used. If the antibiotics is not available for the moment, you're gonna be die. Just simple as that. Because this disease is killing you. When it takes over your body, it's going to be killing you fast. So I think there goes my informative speech. That's all. Thank you.